Hello everybody, my name is Leena. As you can see by the title of this presentation, I'm very passionate about change and I'm very unpassionate about dicks. So, with that as the premise, I'm going to run you through a few weird things I do online. Some of them might be familiar to you, you might have seen other people do it. Some people are like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing that people did online. And that's totally fine. I have a YouTube channel. I've been running it since, as you can see, 2007, although admittedly I probably only started uploading in 2008 or 9. So my channel started as a kind of way for me to chat through the books I was reading at university. Started as a booktube channel is something we call it, so kind of a YouTube channel about books. And it's kind of expanded into lots of social change things. Just as my interests have evolved, I've only started this last 12 months thinking of it as like a social change channel, I guess, and mainly because I think as you get older, the kind of time that you have in your spare time is so small. Sometimes I felt the more frivolous videos I was making just didn't have the same, I didn't look forward to coming home and making them, so I've started making my channel more about change because I enjoy it and it makes me sleep better at night. I was thinking about all the different things that I hear about social media, and I've probably said some of these myself. Sometimes it's because I've thought it, sometimes it's because I'm repeating back what older people say to me so that they like me. I just thought I'd like pull through a few of them and not say that they're completely false, but just challenge them a little bit. So the first one is, social media is making us obsessed with the way we look. Now, I don't think this is a new invention, and we've always thought that way, and especially when you look into, I did an English degree, I'm sure it's the same in every degree, you look back at history and a lot of the narrative is around how people saw themselves, how they wanted other people to see them, and the way they treated people because of that. So this doesn't sound like a new thing to me, it's definitely a problem, but it doesn't sound in any way social media's fault. Another thing is social media is making us compare our lives to others. This is also very true. We obviously want to watch the way other people move through the world, and that's a big concern as a human. But when we think about that, we can look at lots of other places where we're always showing this way of what we see our houses like, what our neighbours are having, and if we can go back to the Bible, one of God's commandments was to not covet thy neighbour's oxen, which is interesting because kind of being a homosexual wasn't on that list, but coveting your neighbour's oxen was a big concern. So obviously, even back then, that was one of the biggest sins you could commit, was looking at a neighbour's oxen. And if it's on the list, I can guess it was kind of a big deal back then.